much did the Trump administration know about Israel's plans to strike Qatar, specifically Hamas targets in Qatar? Of course, Qatar is a sovereign country, and carrying out an airstrike, carrying out a bombing in a sovereign country is a big deal, or it should be considered a big deal. And shockingly, it appears that the president of the United States also seems to see this as a big deal for maybe the first time, because Israel has bombed every single one of its neighbors. Now, Netanyahu has said that the strike is a wholly independent Israeli operation, but Trump was given prior warning and allegedly gave the green light for the bombing. Now, that does contradict what the White House said today. Here's Caroline Levitt.
This morning, the Trump administration was notified by the United States military that as Israel was attacking Hamas, which very unfortunately was located in a section of Doha, the capital of Qatar. Unilaterally bombing inside Qatar, a sovereign nation and close ally of the United States that is working very hard and bravely taking risks with us to broker peace, does not advance Israel or America's goals. However, eliminating Hamas, who have profited off the misery of those living in Gaza, is a worthy goal. President Trump immediately directed Special Envoy Witkoff to inform the Qataris of the impending attack, which he did. The president views Qatar as a strong ally and friend of the United States and feels very badly about the location of this attack. President Trump also spoke to Prime Minister Netanyahu after the attack. The Prime Minister told President Trump that he wants to make peace, and quickly. President Trump believes this unfortunate incident could serve as an opportunity for peace.
The biggest lie ever told is the idea that Donald Trump wants peace, as he's egging on Venezuela for a potential regime change war. Anyway, putting that aside for a minute.
The biggest lie is that Israel wants peace.
Well, Israel doesn't want peace.
Never.
Israel wants to expand to the Greater Israel Project. It's become abundantly clear. Anyone denying it is either lying or is literally the most naive person on the planet. But let me give you the rest of this story, because just last week we had been interviewing Trita Parsi, the executive vice president of the Quincy Institute for Responsible Statecraft, and he posted about the strike in Qatar today and made this obvious but critical point in response to the news that Trump greenlit Israel's strike on Qatar. He writes, "What is the value of an American security umbrella and hosting a US base on your soil," as Qatar does, of course, "if the United States itself conspires to attack you?" That is a question that all GCC leaders are asking themselves today, given that they have put all of their security eggs in the US basket. Big mistake. Now, it should have been clear to them for some time now that this day would come, since the US has, since October 7th, lifted all constraints on Israel. What does it tell Lebanon about American promises about restraining Israel if Lebanon disarms Hezbollah? Given the US green light for Israel to bomb Qatar, I think disarming Hezbollah would be the dumbest mistake that Lebanon can possibly make, mainly because the sovereignty of Lebanon will be under threat. There will be no defense of Lebanon if Hezbollah is disarmed. That's why Israel wants Hezbollah to be disarmed. Now, Trump is pretending like he didn't greenlight this. And I say pretending because I want to be clear. Donald Trump has done everything and anything that the Israeli government wants. There are no brakes on that car, but he wants to have his cake and eat it too. And let's keep it real. Homeboy knows that Qatar is an important ally of the United States, but more importantly, he also has business deals in Qatar. And I'm gonna get to that in just a minute. But first, I'll read you what he posted on Truth Social today, writing that this morning the Trump administration was notified by the United States military that Israel was attacking Hamas, which very unfortunately was located in a section of Doha, the capital of Qatar. This was a decision made by Prime Minister Netanyahu. It was not a decision made by me. Unilaterally bombing inside Qatar, a sovereign nation and close ally of the United States that is working very hard and bravely taking risks with us to broker peace, does not advance Israel or America's goals. However, eliminating Hamas, who have profited off the misery of those living in Gaza, is a worthy goal. I immediately directed Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to inform the Qataris of the impending attack, which he did. However, unfortunately, too late to stop the attack. The Qataris say that they were not warned of the attack. So I don't trust Trump, and I also don't trust that Trump was against this attack in Qatar. I think Trump wants to allow Israel to do whatever it wants, but he also doesn't want to suffer the blowback or the potential business-related consequences that would arise from overtly giving Israel the green light. And what am I talking about when I say business ties and business relationship? Well, in April, the Trump family company struck a multi-billion-dollar deal to build a luxury golf resort in Qatar, in addition to a Saudi Arabian partner called Dar Global. The planned resort north of the Qatari capital of Doha will be developed by a Qatari company called Qatari DR, which is owned by the Qatari government. That would appear to violate the Trump organization's much weaker second-term ethics pledge. Who cares about that, right? I mean, he doesn't care about ethics, obviously, but he does care about these business deals. So how do you balance the two? How do you give Israel all the cookies they want, as Trump has been doing, while not upsetting the Qataris? Well, just pretend like you didn't give the green light. But make no mistake about it, it's our bombs. These are American bombs. We are the ones arming Israel. The American taxpayers are forced to fund the weapons that Israel uses in its acts of terror and genocide in Gaza. So just something to keep in mind.
I actually have a different theory than you. I think that the Israelis did not let him know. But he didn't want to seem weak, so he leaked that. I knew, I okayed it, I greenlighted it, and then he puts out a press statement, and you could see that he didn't write it because it's the same exact thing that Caroline Levitt read, right? And we are so sorry. I know we have a base there, and this endangers our troops, but Almighty Israel has asked us to endanger the entire planet. And since we are dogs of theirs, we work for them, and they walk me around the goddamn park. So that's what the statement was, nonsense. And by the way, Caroline Levitt says, it's okay to kill people who have gained from the horrors of Gaza. Israel has gained from the horrors of Gaza. Israel has done the horrors of Gaza. Is it okay to kill them? No, only Arabs, only Muslims, well, and Christians too. Who cares about them?
I would like the killing to stop in general. I would just like the slaughter, the killing, the unrest, the violence. I would like all of it to stop. But it won't stop when Israel is run by a political group that's so unhinged that they feel entitled to the land belonging to other sovereign countries.
Yeah, so guys, it's the reason why the Trump official statement sounds so apologetic, which is very unusual, right? Is saying very unfortunately landed in the Capitol, as if it was like an accident. No, they meant to bomb that area of the Capitol, and that's what Israel does all the time. They've bombed Damascus, they've bombed Tehran.
They wiped out the entire cabinet of Yemen.
Yeah,
they slaughtered the prime minister. Like, what are we talking about here?
Of the Houthi government of Yemen, and they're all gone. The prime minister's dead, the cabinet's dead. Anyone that even looks askance at Israel, they murder because they're terrorists. So, but those troops and that base is important to us, to America, but we just burned it. So I don't know if Qatar is going to continue to bribe Trump, but if I was them, I'd be like, no, that's it. Cut all of his stupid deals. No golf and get the hell out of here, okay? Now you're going to murder us too? Where you want us to sign up for our own murder. It was one thing when we looked the other way as you murdered tens of thousands of Palestinian children, okay?
I haven't really seen a lot of strength from these countries, Jim.
Well, I mean, let's see what Qatar does. Let's see. Are they super weak? Are they just going to bow their heads to Israel and go, yes, you murder anyone you like inside our country? And a lot of countries in the Arab world have done that. And they're pathetically weak. And so right now, I mean, look, I'm not in favor of any of this. I want peace. But if you're not trying to protect yourself from Israel, you're a sucker, because they will take that weakness as an invitation to kill anyone they like inside your country and to murder your entire government and put in a puppet government to replace it. So, I mean, you want to talk about nukes? I mean, at this point, every country on earth would be nuts not to get a nuke because of Israel. Israel's such a danger. If you don't have a nuke, they reserve the right to murder anyone they like inside your country. And no one does anything. The entire world just saw them kill the entire Houthi government of Yemen. They saw them kill, now in Qatar, they saw them attack Iran, attack Syria, attack Lebanon, attack the occupied territories, committed genocide. We've seen it all with our eyes. And the world's like, I know, but it's Israel. We can't. Israel is stronger than the rest of the world combined. And by the way, Israel's supporters will love that comment. And they brag about it and they're like, haha, that's right. You all work for us now. But by the way, that's an anti-Semitic trope, so you're not allowed to say it. Well, okay, which one is it? Which one is it?
Literally true.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.